Yo, welcome back to another video on the channel. So today we're going to be going over this post I made. So if I refresh the page, you can see we've already got a few people discussing, like, this is a fun, casual public game loot pool. We've already got people discussing, like, the things, like, where are the heavies? I don't understand what heavies you mean. Heavy assaults, heavy shotguns, like, stuff like that. So you guys can talk to these guys in the comments, I'll link the post. Just don't be toxic about any opinions or anything, alright? So, we're going to be discussing my chart that I've made here for all, like, the weapon loot for what would make a fun public game. So, this is my personal opinion. You guys might have different opinions to me. But I'm going to go over this. So, we're going to go over one thing at a time. So, let's start with the regular assault rifle. So, the assault rifle is obviously a self-explanatory weapon. It's never going to be vaulted from the game. The regular assault's gonna be in the game for the rest of eternity, basically. So you might as well, it's the first weapon to ever be added to the game as well, I'm pretty sure, so we might as well keep it in. The burst assault rifle is a good alternative to the regular assault rifle, because, well, I mean, even in real world logic is a good alternative to an assault rifle. The burst, I mean, I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding the AUG because of course, the whole controller player thing, which we're not gonna get into. I'm not giving you my personal thoughts on that, because I'm gonna be completely honest, it doesn't bother me at all. And I play on keyboard and mouse, but like, I do think the AUG outside of that is a good weapon to have in the game anyway. Anyway, moving on to the infantry rifle. The infantry rifle replaces the heavy assault rifle, and this is because I feel like it can actually do its job better. The heavy assault rifle is a weapon that is supposed to be a fully automatic, long-range weapon with horrendous bloom. The heavy assault rifle is best used with tap fire. And like, yes, it basically has, I don't know, does it have hit scan? I don't know. But it doesn't have that much use as a spray weapon, because even at long range, the burst and snipers can do that job better. So, what is a good alternative? The infantry rifle has hit scan, it's a better zoom as well. Like, you got better ADS, you got hit scan, and it's also a tap fire weapon. It's not fully automatic, it's semi-auto. Which just makes the infantry rifle a better weapon than the heavy assault rifle. And it just does its job better. And considering it's still considered an assault weapon, the infantry rifle is my personal pick for the third assault rifle type. Moving on to shotguns, we have three types of these. The first, of course, is the tactical shotgun, the poster boy shotgun for Fortnite. Jonesy's seen holding it in a lot of poster art. Alright, so the tactical shotgun. It's kind of like that spammy, no-skill shotgun, but at the same time, you still have to aim, and you do have to be close to your opponent, because at a distance, this thing doesn't do all that much damage. And it's also the slowest reload out of any shotgun in the game. The tactical shotgun is currently the most powerful shotgun in the game, even surpassing that of the combat shotgun in some instances. It's like rivaling the combat's power, possibly overtaking it right now. And there is no reason to carry a pump shotgun. But the tac shotgun is still a staple to Fortnite. It's the one weapon in the game that's never been vaulted once. So for that reason, I'm keeping it in. Now, the pump shotgun we're also going to be keeping in, but we're taking out the upgraded variants. Because my personal choice for the pump shotgun is to buff the green and blue variants back up to the equivalent of its Chapter 1 variant. If you remember back in Chapter 1, the pump shotgun used to dominate, but towards the end of Chapter 1, which was, of course, Season 9 and Season X, these two weapons were down to preference, because the tactical shotgun was a viable strategy at that point. And the pump shotgun was still reigning supreme. And at that point, depending on your accuracy, it was up to your personal preference. I want that back. I want that choice between these two shotguns back in the game. So, my personal choice is to bring back the Season 9 green and blue pump shotguns. Not Season 9. No, they did come unvaulted back in, like, mid-Season 9, didn't they? Yeah, whatever. And my third pick for a shotgun, it's the only real shotgun you can pick for your third pick, it's the heavy. The combat is literally a sniper shotgun. It's literally the Super Shredder from Save the World, and that thing will be way too powerful in Battle Royale. The double barrel, well, it sucks. And the drum shotgun, who wants the drum shotgun? No one wants the drum shotgun. So the only real choice you can pick is the heavy shotgun as your third shotgun. And in my personal opinion, I think the heavy shotgun is the most balanced shotgun in Fortnite. And this is because it's got a good, balance of damage and distance. At close range, this shotgun doesn't do too great compared to the tack and pump. But where it shines is you have that distance that you can separate yourself from. Like, in Super Smash Bros., if you play Marth, then you'll know that you have to distance yourself with tippers, right? Just to get that best performance. The heavy shotgun is just like that, where you have to get the right distance for the best performance with it. And if you have that distance, this thing is a great weapon to carry. The heavy shotgun is just that shotgun that is a great third alternative if you don't want to get close quarters. Now onto SMGs, we have two types of these because there's only like, what, 5 or 6 variants of the SMG in the game. And we're covering the regular SMG and the rapid fire SMG. Now, a little bit of controversy, my original pick was the tactical SMG, but after a lot of reconsidering, I replaced it with the rapid fire. Now the regular SMG is just there because, like, we need that, like, one variant of the SMG in the game that would stick. And I feel like this one does it the best, especially with the suppressed SMG currently being the worst SMG in the game. The burst SMG not really having a role to play, because the burst assault rifle does its job better. And the tactical SMG being too overpowered. So, as an alternative to this, we have the regular SMG with its legendary variants. This is not the compact SMG, this is the regular SMG. So this means 30 round mag, quicker fire rate, and less damage. Or is it more damage? I literally can't remember. It's basically just a compact with slightly different stats. And then the rapid fire we have is, we chose this as our secondary weapon because it's closest to the skilled SMGs in the game. This is an extremely high rate of fire SMG with a very little magazine, right? The more you hit your shots with it, the more damage you're gonna do. And I personally feel like that is, like, it's a skilled SMG. Out of all SMGs that you could possibly use, this is a skilled one. And then when it comes to, like, sniper rifles, my first pick is the hunting rifle, because it's kind of like a special sniper rifle. It doesn't have a scope, it's very fast, and it can do a lot of damage. It's a fun weapon to use as well. Like, my main choice here wasn't just balance, it was fun. I wanted fun and multiple ways to play back in the game, instead of being forced to carry a tactical shotgun, an AUG, and, what, a heavy sniper rifle? Like, I didn't want people to have the same weapons over and over. And that is why the hunting rifle is being brought back on my list, because I want it to be fun again. Now, the second weapon we've chosen is the bolt action sniper rifle, and this is because it's the skilled variant of the sniper rifle. It's not broken like the heavy sniper, it's quick to reload. The bolt is just a perfect sniper rifle, I don't see anything wrong with this one. And now, my third pick for a sniper rifle is not the semi-auto sniper rifle, and it was originally going to be that, but I put the Storm Scout in this slot instead. Why is the Storm Scout in this slot? The Storm Scout, it's a semi-auto sniper rifle itself. So it can serve that purpose of being the semi-auto sniper, but it's also got the added gimmick of telling you where the next zone is going to be, meaning it's a strategic weapon that fills the role of the semi-auto sniper rifle, but also at the cost of lowering the fire rate ever so slightly. I feel like the Storm Scout is just the other perfect sniper rifle, I don't see anything wrong with it. It's also got a really good headshot multiplier, so despite it doing very little to body shot out of like 85 or something at the gold variant, it can still hit a one shot with a headshot, which is great. Now, onto explosives. Here's another controversial pick on my list, the grenade launcher. And the reason I put this here is because it's a more skilled variant of the explosive weapon. Because the proximity grenade launcher is way too overpowered, it's extremely broken, The quad launcher could be fun, because it's got the, it's got bullet drop on the, it's kind of like a grenade launcher, but it's a grenade launcher hybrid with a rocket launcher. That's really what the quad launcher is. It also does very little damage compared to the RPG, but I think the grenade launcher is a skilled explosive weapon that if you're skilled with it, you can use it. But if you're not skilled with it, then your alternative is the RPG, which, you know, Epic's never going to remove the RPG, come on. And then we come up to pistols, right? Common pistol, regular pistol, semi-auto pistol, whatever you want to call it. Trusty pistol, if you want to call it that as well. This is the weapon, out of all pistols, that I don't think is ever going to get taken out of the game. So I kind of had to put it in. So the next one I put in was revolvers. They're an alternative to pistols, doing a little more damage. And the headshot multiplier is pretty good on revolvers as well. But they have a lower fire rate, of course, and they have quite a bit of recoil as well, so, you know. And then we have the Flintlock, the most fun weapon Epic has ever put into Fortnite. This thing, I want to see it back. Everyone wants to see it back. Everybody loves the Flintlock, and if you don't, I don't like you. Anyway, moving on to consumables now. The Boogie Bomb is a weapon that I feel, it's not even a weapon, it's a grenade that I feel like it gives weaker players a chance against sweats, right? I feel like if with the Boogie Bomb in the game, some people have a chance. It's also a meme item, so you know, but not the Season 2 Boogie Bomb. That thing was stupid broken. All right, and here's Chuck Splash. Now you might be noticing at this point the bandage bazooka's gone. Where is it? I think the Chug Splash would be a perfect replacement for that. It does the same role as the bandage bazooka, but it's just better. Yes, it only takes one inventory slot and it doesn't have infinite uses, so if you want to carry a lot of these things, you have to take 2 slots worth to carry like 12 of these things, whereas the bandage bazooka has infinite use. But these things can not only heal shield, but they heal 20 in an AoE effect. Meaning you can heal your whole squad at once. It heals more. It applies to shields. And considering Season 3 is going to be, of course, in the summer, it's probably going to be summer themed with a summer themed battle pass. Chug Splash could make their grand return in Season 3, and I feel like they would be the perfect fit for that season as well. Our next item is going to be the Grappler, but not Sky's Grappler, the Season 5 Grappler. This Grappler has 10 uses, and basically the same range as Sky's Grappler, and it doesn't have that delay either. So yeah, you can spam it if you want, but you can't spam it forever, because it's gonna run out of uses. So you gotta play smart with this one. Next up is Clingers. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I hate Clingers, but I know a lot of people would like them as a third explosive weapon. Because grenades and grenade launchers are very similar. So the reason I don't have grenades here is because Clingers can take their spot and have a third type of explosive. They're kind of like a weaker proximity if you think about it. Like, you can shoot, like you throw it at someone, if it sticks to them, it's gonna kill them. Or at least take off 100 health. Or shield. Either one. And balloons. Now, the next one is going to be balloons, because balloons are a meme item. I mean, who doesn't want meme strats, right? Meme strats are fun. I love meme strats. And balloons are another meme strat. If balloons were back in the game, people like Laserbeam would have content to make again. And they would stop hiring the goddamn same creative builders over and over again for the same video. But anyway, moving on, we have decoys. Everyone in the meme team has found a good use for decoys now, especially Matthew. Matthew knows exactly how to use these things. Decoys can have their good uses in avoiding battles. Avoiding a battle and, like, distracting henchmen. Decoys can do good jobs of that. That's even if henchmen are still in Season 3, who knows. Alright, stink bombs. Stinky stink bombs. The things that are used for pushing snipers out of their towers or pushing people out of their boxes. Stink bombs they can be used to sweat, but they can also be used to ruin sweats. I also increased the rarity of stink bombs to epic for this exact reason of how powerful they can be. And next up is the Rift to Go. The Rift to Go is one of the most fun items in the game, and it's the most casual and competitive item in the game that has its uses in both. In competitive, it's used to run from fights, and in casual, it does the same thing. And either way, I don't see a consequence in either mode. I think Rift to Goes would be a good item to have in casuals. And then we have bouncers. Trap slot items right now are completely useless. Like, you might as well just make a launch pad a throwable at this point. Which is why I have bouncers replacing crash pads, to give the trap slot items its use again. And the fact that bouncers are fun to pull meme strats out of. You can also do that, like, super launch pad tactic that everyone does, but, like, you know. Alright, and here is another one of my top picks. The bush. Not only is the bush a meme item, but it's a meme item with a use. When you have a bush, you can take an extra hit. So if you get sniped from even a heavy sniper, the bush is going to cover that hit for you. I feel like the bush has its uses now with its rework that it got back during Chapter 1. I think the bush deserves to be unvaulted. Out of all the items here, the bush is the one item I think deserves the unvaulting the most. And then when you got your casual, standard healing items, the fish, and all that stuff, launch pads can stay because of mobility reasons. Slurp Juice. Slurp Juice is just that one healing item that I think everyone misses, including myself. And then we also have Impulse Grenades. Why do I want Impulses back instead of Shockwaves? Like, why would I pick an Impulse over a Shockwave when one's clearly better? And the one reason is that Shockwaves are too sweaty. You use Shockwaves to sweat. You can break out of boxes. You can break into boxes with them. And at the same time, Impulses can be used offensively. Like, Shockwaves do a lot more, like, impact, right? And they can launch you onto a build, kind of like the Grappler. Like, Shockwaves can be used offensively in a sweaty way. That just makes the game either not fun or very fun. And the Impulse is just a slightly weaker variant of Shockwaves that can't break builds. And that's another reason people hate Shockwaves. But, like, Impulses can't break builds, but they can push people off of builds and they will still die to fall damage. Which is hilarious. When it does work, anyway. But Impulses can be that fun item that can just get a lot of stuff moving in the game. And then we have vehicles. So far we have two vehicles in the game, the Chopper and the Motorboat. Choppers, I guess they can be used for meme strats, but at the same time, the Chopper's kind of meh. If you get shot down, it's pointless. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like sky weapons like choppers and Stormwings. So first of all, we have the Quad Crasher. Basically, the best vehicle they ever put in Fortnite. This thing is a perfect example of a good vehicle. You can drive around, it's fast. It's basically the best mobility item in the game that they've ever had in the form of a vehicle anyway. And then we have the Pirate Cannon. This is a funny item mostly. It's a funny vehicle. It's a funny meme item. It's personally my favorite vehicle in the game. I know that for a fact. Pirate Cannons are just a really fun mobility vehicle that can also be used offensively in certain ways. I just think the Pirate Cannon in Season 3, with the whole, like, flooded theme, if you get pirate ships, this thing's coming back. And this thing is going to be fun when it does. Motorboats, obviously, just, like, go across water. We don't need to talk about motorboats. They're not all that useful anyway. They're just there for water mobility. Then the ATK for land mobility, and for, like, carrying your whole squad around the map. I feel like the ATK can do the Chopper's job without having to fly in the air. The ATK is just that one weapon or vehicle that can do it. I feel like the ATK out of any weapon is the perfect. I keep calling it a weapon. It's the perfect vehicle for the Chapter 2 map, especially with the amount of roads we have. The ATK is the perfect vehicle that you can use. Now our next topic is going to be supply drones. Who remembers hot drops, right? Like hotspots on the map, places when pressure, like when Tilted or Pressure Plant had the orange name, and when you went there, there were supply drones like surrounding the POI, and when you shot one down or broke it down, it would drop with a weapon of a rare or higher. I want those back. Why do I want them back? Because it diverts where people land. Because there are some POIs right now. Dirty docks, craggy cliffs. Like, not really Holly. Holly's got its uses. Weeping Woods. Heck, even Misty, possibly. These POIs have no reason for you to go there, because there's nothing special about them. And like, there's just a bunch of POIs that I feel like could use more attention, and the fact that the boss POI is always hot drops, and because of like everyone's always going agency or like shark, no one's ever going to these weaker POIs, and for that, and to fix that, I feel like supply drones can divert people's attention to other POIs again. Season 9's supply drone meta was probably the best drop spot meta I have ever seen. And then we go on to the topic of upgrade stations. Finally, we're reaching the end of this video. No weapon can go past its max rarity, so like no gold rapid fire SMGs, no purple pumps, like none of that, none of that. And weapons can be side graded into the suppressed and scoped variants. So if you can side grade into the heavy AR, right? I don't think that makes very much sense, personally. I feel like it would make more sense if upgrade stations' side grade mechanic was used to put attachments onto your weapons or take those attachments off. So you can turn the assault rifle into a suppressed assault rifle, a scoped assault rifle. And the scoped assault rifle can either become a regular assault rifle or a thermal scoped assault rifle. And then, of course, you've got another type, which will be the bolt sniper can become the suppressed sniper rifle. I wouldn't say proximity grenade launcher over the grenade launcher, despite it having a scope, it's a different weapon. The pistols can become the suppressed pistols, and the revolver can become the scoped revolver. And those are really the only things that I think could be changed to make the game fun again. I think this is a good meta. I know some people are going to disagree, but if you disagree, go to the Reddit post and discuss it. The link will be in the description of the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.